Hey everyone, it's us again, Succulents Box. Today we're talking about that weird powdery waxy coating that sometimes builds up on our succulents leaves. This stuff is called Farina, and it's very important. Here's why. Farina is a succulent's natural sunscreen or raincoat and forms on the leaves and the stem of the plant in the form of a white powdery wax. The term farina actually means a powdery substance, or a fine meal made of vegetable products, which isn't too far from how we use it in gardening. Many succulents will develop a wax buildup over time, especially those that prefer bright sunlight like members of the Kalanchoe, Echeveria, and Sediveria families. The white coating is beneficial to succulents and gives them their signature pastel color that many find absolutely adorable. So what are the benefits of this wax? What does Epicuticular Wax do? So we all know that succulents can absorb water through their leaves, and it's essential to avoid getting them wet as best as we can to prevent the development of molds, fungal infections, or pests. Farina is a hydrophobic substance that repels water when exposed to it. Like a raincoat or umbrella, the layer of farina on your succulents will repel any water droplets that it encounters. Another thing that farina does is prevent sunburn. The light powdery wax layer creates a protective coating similar to melanin in the skin that provides some level of protection from harsh sunlight. This layer isn't perfect and your succulents can still get burned by harsh direct sunlight, especially during the afternoon. Handling succulents with farina. So you've got to repot, move, or prune your succulents with farina on them. You may be thinking, how do I handle my plants without removing the farina layer? First, wear gloves. Gardening gloves can help prevent the farina from sticking to your hands and rubbing off as easily. Second, when you repot or handle a succulent with farina layer, give it time to recover after repotting. Even if you do remove some of the wax by accident, it will reform over time. Some products like pesticides and fungicides may also strip away the farina layer. Removing the wax layer isn't going to kill your plant, just make it more susceptible to damage from direct sunlight and water droplets that collect on the leaves. If your succulents live outdoors, the farina layer will be a lot more essential than if you grow them indoors. Since it's harder to move rooted outdoor plants, your outdoor succulents will be particularly susceptible to rain and sun exposure. When indoors, you can simply move your plant to avoid potential damage. Epicuticular wax takes a while to reform on succulents. While removing it isn't necessarily a death sentence, it's still best to avoid doing so since the recovery period may last several weeks. Suppose the epicuticular wax on one of your succulents becomes damaged. In that case, the best thing to do is shield that from harsh sunlight and water, either with an outdoor tent or by moving it to a different location. It's pretty easy to mix up a farina layer with dust buildup or a powdery mildew infection. To tell the difference, check how the substance coats your leaves. A layer of farina will evenly coat and cover the whole succulent like a fresh coat of paint. Powdery mildew and other mold infections will appear blotchy and start only on a few leaves at a time. Powdery mildew also looks fuzzier than farina, which will appear waxy. With dust, the difference is a bit more difficult to notice. Dust tends to coat your succulents evenly, but only on the top side of your leaves. To test for dust, use a makeup brush or gently remove any potential dust buildup without damaging the epicuticular wax layer. If you're struggling with mold growth or powdery mildew on your succulents, check out our guide for mold management with hydrogen peroxide in the card above. As always, if you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. We love hearing what you have to say, so if you'd like any particular videos, let us know below. Thank you for watching and happy gardening.
For more, you can find us at succulentsbox.com or on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.